This Health Ranger Report Pandemic Podcast is brought to you by NaturalNews.com for uncensored reporting and HealthRangerStore.com for lab-tested preparedness supplies such as storable food, full-face medical masks, biostructured silver first aid gel, and iodine, only while supplies last. Pandemic.news update for Wednesday, February 26th. Mike Adams here, the Health Ranger. Thank you for listening. We have so much bombshell news to cover here. We're going to talk about Rush Limbaugh. A caller called in to Rush yesterday, mentioned my name, and of course, Rush downplayed it and said, everything's fine. This is just the flu. You know, these people, i.e. the independent media, he says, they don't know what they're talking about, basically. We're going to talk about Rush Limbaugh just a little bit today. President Trump is slated later today to address the nation. By the time you hear this, he will have already done so. He's going to tell America everything's okay. We've got this under control. Everybody keep buying more stocks. And also, it's become apparent to me that the vaccine pushers are going to use this pandemic as the opportunity to imprison, and anybody who opposes the vaccine will be arrested and criminally charged. So today, I'm telling you this in advance. They're going to force me at gunpoint to tell you to take the vaccine. Otherwise, they're going to take me to jail. I'm telling you in advance, on the record, February 26th, that when I tell you to go out and take the vaccine, don't go take the vaccine. I'm telling you now, so you know. Because in the near future, when they put a gun to my head and they force me to tell you to take the vaccine, at that time, I'm going to say, don't listen to anything I said in the past. I was wrong. The vaccine is awesome. But when I say that in the future, as you are listening now in the present, you will be able to know that I knew now that what I'm saying then is not even correct, that they have a gun to my head. I know it starts to sound like the 12 Monkeys movie, where the Bruce Willis character is like, no, I'm in the past. And she's like, no, you're in the present. What year do you think it is? And he's like, it's 1988 or whatever. Remember that scene out of 12 Monkeys? You should watch it again. It's very relevant to what's happening today. But the point is, they're going to force all of us to promote the vaccine. It's coming. Trust me on that point. Anybody who opposes the coronavirus vaccine will be arrested and charged, criminally charged. Their websites will be seized. So since I want to stay online and we're going to be living under a medical police state, I'm going to have to tell you to take the vaccine, which I would never normally do. So again, I'm just warning you in advance that when I say that, wink, wink, it means don't go take the vaccine, because it's going to be obviously a highly dangerous experimental vaccine that has not undergone the rigors of quality control. And I know that this audio clip will be out there, but I will be urging you to not listen to this in the future. I will be urging you and saying, no, I was wrong back then. Okay, so I'm just getting this on the record. Personally, I will never take the coronavirus vaccine because it's not going to be safe. It's going to be probably like the polio vaccines, where they have live viruses in the vaccine. It'll be a live virus strain, an attenuated vaccine, which is a weakened virus vaccine. And the polio vaccine today is the number one cause of polio in the world. And then now they're working on vaccines to treat the vaccine-induced polio, because the vaccine polio is so bad that they need another vaccine to fight the first vaccine. And that's what they're going to do with this coronavirus. The coronavirus vaccine will likely spread the pandemic so they can sell more vaccines and cause more panic. That's where this is going. All right. Enough said on that topic. Let's talk about Rush Limbaugh. I covered this in a previous podcast, so I won't go into great detail. But look, Rush Limbaugh is a great patriot. He's a great American. He's a living legend, one of the pioneers of talk radio, of course. Rush Limbaugh is not a scientist, and he should stop pretending to know things in this area where he frankly does not have any education. I love Rush. I'm a subscriber to Rush. I pay money to listen to Rush Limbaugh. I'm a 24/7 subscriber. I hear Rush and I hear his guests, Mark Stein, and I don't know who all the other guests are. At one point, they were all named Mark. And Todd Herman, I think, is another guest. I listen to Rush every day. Rush knows a lot about politics. He doesn't know jack about epidemiology, okay? So, in the same sense that I would not go on the air and talk about, I don't know, brain surgery, because I'm not a brain surgeon. I don't know anything about doing surgery on the human brain. I'm not an expert in that area. I mean, we're all kind of focused experts in our specific areas. You know, I don't know much about real estate investments. So I don't go online and talk about real estate investments because that's not my area of expertise. I talk about stuff that I know. I'm a scientist. I'm a food science expert. This is what I do every day. I know about pesticides and heavy metals. We do microbiology tests. I know about the fundamentals of microbiology and exponential spread of viruses and R naught values and all these things. This is my wheelhouse. I know these things. Rush is not an expert in this area, even though he's a good man. He means well. He's not intentionally trying to mislead anyone, but he is sadly undereducated on this issue. In fact, he's not, he doesn't come out of academia. He doesn't have a college degree, even. He talks about that. He hates school. I think he left community college because he hated it so much. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to go through the university system to be a good person. But, I not only have a 4-year degree from a major U.S. university, a Bachelor of Science degree, which is just kind of the basics, but then, I've gone on to learn and eventually now teach a PhD level type of research in a laboratory environment. I've gone on to become a published scientist, an expert in quantitation of various molecules using mass spectrometry and even liquid chromatography like LCMS, triple quad mass spec. This is what I know. And by the way, we're adding genetic sequencing capabilities to our lab. So over the next year, I'm going to become very competent in the arena of genetic science, which right now I have a basic understanding of genetic science, but I'm no expert in the area, but I will become very well versed in that area over the next year. I'm a lifelong learner. So it's insulting to me when people like Rush Limbaugh go on the air and claim to know what they're talking about in an area where they are frankly just ignorant. And again, Rush is a good guy. He won the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He deserved it. That's great. But isn't Rush the same guy who tells us that Hollywood people who know nothing about politics should stop lecturing us about politics? So then Rush is doing the same thing by telling us what he thinks about the coronavirus when he knows nothing about the coronavirus. All right, enough said on that. Now, let's go to President Trump. President Trump is falling into a Trump trap. The CDC is setting a trap for Trump. It's a trap, said, who was the character in Return of the Jedi who said that? Commander, what was his name? You guys, you Star Wars geeks, you know the answer to this. Like Commander Jar Jar Ba or whatever his name was. He's like, it's a trap, and he's got drool coming out of the side of his face or something. It's a Trump trap. That's what the CDC is setting. And the way they're doing this is they're telling Trump that everything's under control. Everything is fine. A little hypnotic thing going on. President Trump, tell America to keep buying stocks. Everything will be fine. There are no infections in America. Meanwhile, the CDC knows behind the scenes that there are right now over 1,000 infections confirmed in America, and that was over a week ago. And since this doubles about every 3.5 days, it probably means that right now, today in America, there are over 4,000 infections at minimum. But they're not telling Trump this. They're saying, no, it's only 53 or whatever the number is today. And so Trump is misinformed, and they're setting a trap. And so Trump is about to have a talk with America, a press conference tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. And there's no doubt what he's going to say. He's going to say everything's fine. Everybody just keep buying stocks. There are no supply chain. He's probably not even going to use the term supply chain because he doesn't want people thinking about supply chains. Trump is just going to say, we've got the very best health experts. They're the best in the world. The CDC, they're the best. We're going to have the best vaccines. We're going to have the best quarantines, whatever. Look, I love Trump, but man, he doesn't know anything about this either. Rush and Trump, they're not scientists. I mean, look, I voted for Trump. I support Trump's presidency, especially as a better alternative compared to deep state criminals like Hillary, for God's sake. Trump is not a scientist. Trump does not know virology. Trump does not know epidemiology. he knows real estate. Okay. If we want to have a debate about real estate, Trump wins. Trump wins the debate. If we want to have a debate about science, I win because Trump doesn't know science. It's just the way it is. He's an expert in other things. He doesn't mean America any harm, but he's being misinformed. The CDC is setting a Trump trap. So after Trump gives this speech, then there's going to be a wave of testing eventually across America. We have the American, what's it called? The Public Health Laboratory Association, I think. PHLA, is that the name? Now saying that they demand, essentially, from the FDA permission to do their own testing because they're tired of waiting on the CDC. It's like, wow, I didn't think you needed permission from the FDA to test in the middle of a pandemic, but apparently you do. Apparently the CDC has been prohibiting everybody from testing all across the country. You see, that's part of the trap. So now this laboratory association is going to the FDA and saying, let us run tests. And if that is approved, eventually it will be, then these local labs are going to start doing legitimate testing, and they will start seeing infected patients in cities across America. And when that news comes out, it's the Trump trap, because they're going to have Trump on video saying everything's fine, there's going to be no outbreaks, we got it under control. And then the media is going to explode with thousands of infections across America. And the narrative is going to be from Mitt Romney and from Senator Chuck Schumer and from, every presidential candidate on the Democrat side. They're going to say Trump lied to us. Trump is incompetent, they'll say. That Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. Look, he lied to America. And he withheld funding, they'll say, from the CDC, even though he didn't. And they'll say it's all Trump's fault as the quarantines come down and the cities are locked down and people start freaking out and the shelves start getting stripped bare in cities across America. They're going to say, look, it's Trump's fault. And you see, Trump's going to take the fall for this. Trump's going to lose the presidency because of this, very likely. They've got him. They've got him in a trap set by the CDC and the media. They've got him in a trap. So that trap is coming. I'm going to try to warn Trump, but he's not listening because he wants to protect the stock market. And apparently the only way to do that now is to just convince people to just keep buying blindly, regardless of valuations or PE ratios or overbought status or supply chain Armageddon that's coming. Whatever, I guess you're supposed to just keep blindly buying stocks, which seems fiscally insane to me. At some point, the valuations have to make sense, and they don't make sense. But whatever, look, I'm not opposed to Trump's presidency. Well, maybe a better way to say that is Trump is at the helm of an empire that is facing a debt collapse at some point, a stock market bubble, total disinformation mass media, a deep state that's trying to remove him through a criminal conspiracy, a rogue, bloated government bureaucracy that's actively working against Trump, which that includes the CDC and the FDA, a pharmaceutical industry that wants to eliminate Trump because he's trying to bring down drug prices and so on. Trump has so many enemies, and this is their opportunity now to get rid of him, this virus, and they will exploit it. I've even said, just to add another layer of conspiracy to all this, I wouldn't be surprised if Democrats have operatives running around spreading this thing all across America, spreading it deliberately in the cities to cause a panic, to cause the quarantines, to blame Trump, because we already know the Democrats want to destroy America. They want to bring down the stock market. to destroy Trump. Anything, whatever it takes. The Democrats hate Trump and they hate Americans, and they're willing to cause total economic chaos. We already know that. And that's pretty sad, and that's sick. That's the state of our country today. So I don't hope for anything bad to happen, but I do wish Trump would get educated on this issue. I wish Rush Limbaugh would get educated. I mean, Michael Savage knows what's up. Alex Jones knows what's up. The people at Zero Hedge know what's up. Peak Prosperity guy, Adam Taggart and Chris Martinson, they know what's up. Why? Because we can do the math here. We've done the research. We know what's going to happen. You can't contain this thing. And Trump is being tricked into essentially misleading the American public. Not that he intends to do so, but that's the effect of what's about to happen. It's a Trump trap. And I told you first. Not that that matters, but my God. So stay informed, folks. Keep reading NaturalNews.com. Listen to my updates on pandemic.news. I'm hosting InfoWars quite a lot these days to talk about the virus. And on top of that, you can hear my podcast at brighteon.com. So thank you for listening. Be safe. Get prepared. When it comes to prepping, you not only need good products that can help keep you alive, awake, aware, and nourished during difficult times, you also need products you can trust. At the Health Ranger store, we do extensive laboratory testing using an in-house lab that's ISO accredited. It's inspected, it's audited. It's a 2-year process to even get that accreditation. We use multiple mass spec instruments, state-of-the-art science. I'm a published science author as well and a patent holder on several technologies, some of which we use variations of in our lab. The purpose of this lab is to help you make sure you get clean foods, superfoods, storable foods for emergency preparedness and survival use. We have a certified organic lab-tested, what's called Ranger Bucket collection of storable foods with some survival gear in the buckets to help you even boil water and cook those foods and so on. It's a fantastic product. We can barely keep it in stock even during normal times. In a crisis, we'll be wiped out of this product because it actually takes us a lot of time to make those products. But if they're in stock, you can get them now at healthrangerstore.com/prepwithmike. In fact, go to that URL, healthrangerstore.com/prepwithmike, and you'll see some of our survival and preparedness supplies, including iodine, colloidal silver products and gel first aid products, storable foods, superfoods, medicinal herbs for first aid, and much more. We have a lot of products for you to help you be self-reliant, to be safe, to survive difficult circumstances, natural disasters, and all kinds of things. If you want to get prepared, do it with us at the Health Ranger store so that you know you're getting safe, clean, laboratory-verified preparedness foods, supplements, and other related products. Again, the URL is healthrangerstore.com/prepwithmike. All one word, no spaces. Prep with Mike. I'm Mike Adams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.